everyone, this is Maya, and thank you so much for being here with me in another Sims 4 speed build. And I'm so excited to share you this newest build that I just made, and I've been planning for it ever since February, back before I even made my Sims account. It's actually Kiki's house from Kiki's Delivery Service, a Studio Ghibli movie, and I made this on a 40 by 30 lot in Henford-on-Bagley. And this is up on my gallery under my EA ID, MAIAmakes. That's the same name as my channel, and you could play with whatever gameplay you want with it. It's fully functional and has no custom content. I did use the tool mod and the red shelf, but it doesn't have any custom content. So if you want to recreate the original story from the movie like I did, feel free to do so. And if you also want to try a different storyline and raise spellcasters, go ahead. It's fully functional, and it also has a cauldron and bookshelf, so anything that you might need for a spellcaster. So anyway, I'm officially starting the build series in my channel, and I'm going to call it MAIAmakes Ghibli, because this is the main reason why I started this channel, because I wanted to make Ghibli builds in the first place, and I've been planning and listing all of the Ghibli builds and structures that I see in the movies. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for what's going to happen. This came in pretty late because it's already September or August, and I'm only starting this, but it's better late than never. So if you have any suggestions on what next Ghibli build I should do, feel free to tell me in the comments below. And I've got a couple that I'm planning to do right after this, so that's exciting. So for those of you who don't know what Kiki's Delivery Service is or what I'm building, basically Kiki is a young witch that's set out to explore and find a new town that she's going to be helping in, just like her mother did in this cottage that her mom and dad found. And this is the part in the movie where Kiki is set to go on a journey on her own with her trusty cat, Jiji. And yeah, they're going to find for a new town, and this is the scene that takes place in the start of the movie, where she's saying her goodbyes to her family and friends. And it's such a beautiful house and such a very beautiful setting with all the flowers and the overgrown cottage it has. So I wanted to recreate that so much here in Sims. Before I go on to the details of the build, I just want to promote my own build challenge that I've been hosting on Instagram and on Twitter. It's called #MaiaMakesStories, and I already posted about this on my Instagram, and you can join it if you have. If you want to build on The Sims, it's just a simple room that I want to collate together by the end of September 12th, so that's gonna be the deadline, September 12th. And yeah, you can check out my previous build. It's actually Arietti's room from another Ghibli movie, which is The Secret World of Arietti, and I did my own challenge with my own take on it. So yeah, feel free to join it, and the winner will receive a kit of their own choice, so that's pretty fun. I think I'll be doing a giveaway at the milestone that I hit on YouTube, so that's for 100 subscribers and for 1,000 subscribers if I ever get there. But anyway, yeah, we should talk more about the build. So, working on the exterior, this was a scene where Kiki was running on a pathway in front of their house, and there was a lot of flowers and shrubs everywhere, and it was so magical. I'll try to put the picture here if I can, and I don't know, it was so beautiful, and it just set the right mood for the movie, that it's going to be a feel-good movie. And yeah, actually Kiki's Delivery Service, I think I have to say, has to be my third favorite Ghibli movie. We'll get to my first favorite Ghibli movie when I build it, though it's gonna be pretty hard to build, so maybe stay tuned for that. So yeah, so if you saw the picture of this scene, it was very kind of hard to recreate in The Sims. It took me quite a while, especially this thing that I'm doing with the wooden planks. It's don't do it if you want to keep your sanity. It's just so hard, and I had to fiddle with the tool mod a lot. So yeah, anyway, this build is up in the gallery, so you don't have to recreate it. But if you do want to recreate it, my advice to you is just be patient, I guess. And it would be really better if you had the tool mod with you. That's very handy. And if you also want to recreate this, I think my advice would be to get as much reference photos as you can. So I had to take screenshots of different frames in the movie where I think would be useful for me when I was recreating this. So yeah, anyway, I was trying to use as much as I can from the new pack. Not the new kit, but the new pack, the Cottage Living expansion pack. And as much as I wanted to use all of the items there, I don't think that it gives the build much justice, so I was pretty shocked that I used a lot of packs. So I'm sorry about that. I think like 20 or so packs that I used here. But I wanted to really recreate it accurately, I mean as much as I can, but I didn't restrict myself on the packs that I used. And as you can see here, I did use Journey to Batu game pack. I'm so sorry, but that pack is a builder's pack, so I gotta use it. So since you can't rotate plants, the plants I use here are pretty specific. So I used those ivy leaves from, I think, Snowy Escape, and also Island Living because it had a little ankle on it. And I used some overgrown plants as well from Cottage Living. But for the roofs, it's pretty interesting because I had to fiddle with a lot of items with it, like a rug, a tree, and other plants, but they didn't really fit the mood that I was going for. And I found this plant decoration thing. I think it's from Perfect Patio Stuff Pack, and it fit so well. Like, I could rotate it properly, and it could outline the roofs properly too, and it really made it look like the actual house from the movie. So I was pretty happy with that. And I'm just covering the bottom part of it, the planter part of it, with the leaves that we have from Island Living. So those are pretty handy too if you want to recreate this. And yeah, it took a lot of fiddling with, and I made sure that the leaves weren't seen inside, because sometimes I kind of get annoyed that a build could be really beautiful, but in the inside there's some, stuff that peeks from outside. I don't know. So that's what I did here. And originally the house didn't really have like a thatch roof decoration that came with a new expansion pack, but I added it here to cover the base planter of these plant decorations, so they wouldn't be seen and they won't look awkward. So what are your thoughts on the movie? Kiki's Delivery Service. For me, I really love the art and the scenic design, and most importantly, the music. Like, I had to play the playlist on repeat while I was building this. I think the music that I heard was from Joe Hisaishi's YouTube channel. Joe Hisaishi is the composer of most, if not all, Ghibli movies, and it's so beautiful. It literally transports you to another world. You just close your eyes listening to it. So I had so much fun when I was building this because I get to revisit those times, those similar times when I was watching the movie. Anyway, we're here in Kiki's room, and this is also one of the things that we get to see in the movie, so I had to recreate it in detail as well. This was the scene when Kiki was getting ready and changing into her black dress, and she was complaining that she wishes that it was another color because she wanted to be pretty. So it was such a beautiful scene, a simple but beautiful scene. Like, you could overlook it, but it had a lot of charm in it, and it had a lot to say about Kiki's character, and also the difference in her attitude with her mom. So yeah, I wanted to recreate it as close as I can, so even this dresser that you see here, I wanted it to have that surface texture thingy. I don't know, you'll see it in a while, but I used like this tapestry from Jungle Adventure, and then I rotated it and looked like it was a mantle. That's what it was, a mantle. If you haven't watched the movie, I do really recommend you to watch it. And I'm not gonna say any spoilers here, because they're not really connected to this part of the movie. But anyway, I really enjoy the movie so much. Now we're working on Kiki's parents' room. So this room was never shown, so I tried to make it simple and kind of like generic, so you could use it for anything you want, but I wanted to keep it cozy, so it still had a fireplace in it. And we're here in the dining room, and it's also not seen in the movie, as well as the kitchen and the living room and all the bathrooms. They weren't seen in the movie, so I had to do it on my own. And sorry, because I think I didn't add any footage of the bathrooms here, because they were pretty small and cramped. So I even forgot to put a bathroom on the second floor. But there are 3 bathrooms in this house, and as well as 3 bedrooms. So you could change it if you want to. It depends on your gameplay. But this is what I came up with. Anyway, on a more personal note, I guess, if you've been here in the channel and watching my speed builds, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I got a new mic for my birthday. My birthday was this last month, and yeah, my parents got me a new mic, not for YouTube though, for my choir, because I've been recording a lot of songs in my room. I think they find it kinda annoying, so they had to give me a mic. So I'm using it for YouTube anyway. My parents don't know that I do YouTube, or as far as I know, they don't know that I do YouTube. Not a lot of people know that I have this channel, so I want to keep it that way as much as I can. I just want to share my builds to other people. And we're in the kitchen, and again, it's not seen in the movie, but I still wanted to keep that cozy cottage feel inside. I could have actually used the country kitchen kit here, like the counters and the cabinets, but I didn't. I used the ones from the Cottage Living expansion pack, although they're pretty similar, like very similar, and that's kind of unsettling. Like, they're really similar packs, but I still use the Cottage Living items here, like the shelf. I use it somewhere in the build, but you could delete it if you want to, and if you don't have that kit. Anyway, we're working on the exterior, and we're just finishing up the build. We're just adding in details here and there outside, and I didn't want it to be so manicured. Like, I wanted it to be a mixture of like very neat landscaping and kind of overgrown as well. And I'm using the tool mod a lot to fiddle with the plants, and I'm taking so much time here. That's probably why this build like takes me, I think it took me more than 10 hours to do this. Anyway, we're getting so close to the end of the video, and I also make a little story machinima in the end to tour the build. And thank you so much for being here, for still being here. And if you like this video and want to see more of my builds, do like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions on my next Ghibli build, please let me know below. The build tour is coming up, and thank you so much for being here and bearing through this video. I wish you all have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you in my next MAIAmakes Ghibli build. See ya!
Dag.
So terrific.
So. Dag. So. Dag.
So.